He was making people laugh online. Now the internet is in mourning. TikTok comedian Steve Bridges, just 41 years old, has passed away, and his wife Chelsea shared the heartbreaking news in a tearful video posted to his Instagram account. Chelsea said Steve passed away peacefully in his sleep on October 15th. In her announcement, she choked back tears as she told followers she didn't want to wait any longer, fearing the wait would be too much if she delayed sharing the news. She described him as a devoted father and loving husband, someone who in private was the sweetest man, very different from some of the exaggerated characters he played in his skits. Steve had built a massive online presence through comedic point of view videos, impressions, scenarios drawn from everyday life, and characters that often poked fun at social norms. He had over 2 million followers across TikTok and Instagram. Chelsea noted that their children are also active online, which means this grief will be lived in a public space, something she asked the community to be gentle about. She also shared that a GoFundMe has been established to support her and the kids with expenses in this difficult time. That's the breaking news. Now let's step back and understand who Steve Bridges was, how he rose to this level of influence, and why his passing is resonating across the creator economy. Steve Bridges was not a household name in traditional media, but in the world of social media and digital comedy, he was building something powerful. Using POV style sketches, he turned everyday frustrations, relationships, and cultural observations into short comedic vignettes. He often performed exaggerated characters: the overbearing dad, the incompetent boyfriend, salesman from another world, drawing laughs but also tapping into truths his audience recognized. In many of his videos, his wife Chelsea appeared, either as a foil, supporting character, or part of a comedic setup. Their real life dynamic became a part of his brand. Bridging the line between performance and life gave his content authenticity. His audience grew steadily. As more creators saturated the space, Steve's ability to turn small, relatable moments into shareable comedy gave him an edge. He wasn't just doing skits, he was connecting emotionally, making people see themselves or their situations in his characters. His influence stretched beyond just entertainment. In the creator economy, people watched how he monetized, how he used social platforms, how he collaborated. His career was a case study in how to build an engaged following from scratch, telling personal stories, involving family, and yet maintaining a distinct comedic identity. In interviews and posts, Chelsea and Steve often talked about balancing family life with content life, how their children were aware of the online presence, how the humor came from real life, how they tried to protect the private side of their lives, even while sharing the public side. His sudden passing is a reminder of how fragile life can be, especially in a digital era where creators pour so much of themselves into their content. His fans, fellow creators, and the online community are reacting not just to the loss of a comedic voice, but to the void of someone who seemed deeply human behind the filters and sketches. It's also fueling broader conversations about mental health among creators, about how audiences perceive online personas versus the person behind the camera, about how grief unfolds in public when children, fans, and collaborators bear witness. Chelsea's announcement, raw, honest, immediate, reflects how creators now deliver life's biggest moments in real time to an audience that both consumes and empathizes. The grief is collective. In the days ahead, more details may emerge: medical reports, tributes, reflections from collaborators, and more stories about Steve's life beyond social media. But the legacy is already clear. He made people laugh, and through that laughter, he became part of their lives.